Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl JAmoah and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with JAmoah Speaks. I am so excited for today's episode. We have a beautiful and dynamic woman. Let me tell you guys, she's about that business, okay? She is a first generational financial professional and she is passionate about teaching and educating people on finances, and she's done so many things like through conferences, books, speaking engagements, you name it, podcast episodes. Like, she's done so many things to really teach and educate people on how to get out of debt, how to work on your financial situation, whatever it may be for your business, your professional life, and so much more. And she's also super duper big on creating generational wealth, educating people on generational wealth and the importance of it. And I'm so happy because I've actually had a session with her and she is the truth, y'all. Like, she's about it. And on top of all of that, she has a successful business called Cash is Queen. It's a 12-week program that can teach you all the steps you need to make sure that you are in the best financial position possible. So you guys are in for a treat. And on top of that, we're gonna make a dish. Like, come on, it's a win-win situation here. So without further ado, please help me in welcoming the beautiful and talented Yarelys. She's so good. Like, I've had sessions with her before, and I can honestly tell you're just so genuine and so real, and I'm just so grateful to have you in the kitchen today and to teach all of us as well. So let us know what dish we're gonna be making, and then we're gonna jump right into it, guys. So you're in for a treat.
So this is, like I was saying before we started to record, this is a dish that came about by just me like looking at what I had in my fridge. So I'm like, you know what can I make with what I have? So that's what I did. And I said, you know what, I have plantains, which obviously is a very typical Caribbean vegetable.
We also have onions. You use the white onions.
We use the white onions. We're gonna use it for the tuna, which we're gonna put on top of the plantain. Okay? So we're gonna like do kind of like a mix where we put the tuna, the onion, and a little bit of the mayo.
Yes.
My girl doesn't like that much mayo.
It's okay.
We're gonna do a little bit, but we just don't want the tuna to be too dry.
You can add more, of course.
Right.
And
so,
then this too.
Oh yeah, this is pico de gallo.
Ooh.
So I don't want to talk over the food like that, but yeah. But so we're gonna do the plantains and make it and that's gonna be the base.
Right.
And then the tuna's gonna go on top of the plantain, right? And then the pico de gallo is going to go on top of the tuna.
What?
Mix.
Period.
And then this is just something that, again, something I found in my fridge, and I was like, you know what, let me see how it's gonna taste with it. So I put it on top of the dish after it was done. And it was really good. So you can use whatever sauce you want. You can use, ranch sauce or not have a sauce at all.
That's true. That's true. And I love that. And then we use the vegetable oil, canola oil, any type of oil that you want to have, and just have that on low heat. So then when we throw it in there, it's all ready to go. But I definitely want to talk about what you're doing because I think it is so cool and it's so awesome and it's so important, especially nowadays when people feel like, they don't have as much financial education, or they feel like they made a lot of mistakes financially and they're in a lot of debt, or they want to, get better at financial literacy. So talk to us about how did you even get started? Like, how did this come about for you?
I don't want a company to own me, right? Because, when you're on company time, you can't, you're on company time. You gotta deliver, you have to do what you have to do.
Of course.
And I realize that I'm also different, I want flexibility. I want this to be my own boss. And I've always thought it, but I just didn't know how it was gonna materialize. So it was just in the back of my head for like 10 years, literally, because this was 2011.
Right.
So anyway, I actually climbed up the corporate ladder. So I did what I wanted to do, right? I started as like a sales trainee, and then, I got a promotion to move back to my hometown, and that's how I ended up in New York, back in New York. So I worked in that Manhattan office for like 5 years.
Wow.
And I got within that role or in that office, I ended up getting another promotion.
Wow.
made really good money.
Of course.
But it was also a very tough environment and tough market. I was in sales in the elevator industry in New York City.
It's not easy.
Okay, like any type of sales in New York City is going to like really tear you down. So it did that honestly.
Yeah,
so we're gonna go ahead and pause
yes.
because we gotta move these bad boys.
Come on now.
Okay, so.
Okay, so right now what we're doing is we're flipping over the plantain that we had cook, and this again is going to be our base for our little appetizer situation. So we're just flipping them over gently, and then at the end we're going to put them back in again. So we're just flipping those bad boys over.
So then how did you start the whole business? Like, how did that whole thing come about?
Yeah, so I gained a lot of experience in corporate. So that was a big part of it. You know, like you want to start a business that you enjoy doing, but that you need to have some type of like credentials.
Yes.
Like you can't just say I'm good at this and like I did it myself, so I'm gonna start teaching other people.
Right, that's true.
You need to have both, right?
Yes.
You need to have research experience and the credentials behind it, right? So I realized that like yes, I love money, but I also help companies save millions of dollars in different aspects.
Oh, this is so cool, guys. On my first episode, I used this to mash plantain. This is so crazy. I used this. We made shrimp mofongo and we had plantain and we mashed this. And this is like the last episode of the season, and I'm kind of doing the same thing.
That's so funny.
Full circle moment. For real. So we're gonna mash this, right? We're doing one at a time. And then if you don't have this, I forgot what this is called, but
I don't even know what's called.
I forgot.
You can literally like even a cutting board, right? Like, if you just figure it out, right? So if you don't have that, you can just use a cup.
That's true. Anything to.
That's what I do. I don't have that.
That's true. But we're gonna use it since we got it, just to be fancy. You know?
Right.
So now we're mashing that, and you're also doing the tuna. So what did you do? So
You can buy any type of tuna. I like the ones that's in water.
Yeah.
Instead of like oil, you know.
That's true.
So what I do now is I put it. I'm gonna like cut it up a little bit, and then put mayonnaise. A little bit of mayonnaise.
Just a little bit. I hate mayonnaise. So I'm gonna take one for the team. We don't eat it.
Yeah, and then these onions.
And we just use like a half of one.
And this is this may be even too much.
Oh wow.
So you do because it's only like it's one tuna. I mean, obviously it depends on how much people you're entertaining. And, the servings. Since it's just us, this is gonna be enough. But you may need two tuna cans. So that means you may need half an onion. But here you really, I don't think you need the whole thing.
So is this good, or do we need to?
Oh, that's perfect. So you want to just put it back in there.
So we're gonna put it back in the
for like literally like 2 minutes.
Okay. So right now she's just putting the tuna on it.
Top, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So we're just gonna put it like this is kind of how I did it. I love the first time I just kind of put it on top. So see the plantains is kind of like the base.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I love it. So good.
Okay, so while you're doing that still, and she's adding in all that, and I don't mind you coming over it, that's totally fine.
Okay.
So you were saying you were able to help these companies save millions and millions and millions of dollars, which is incredible. So what was the point where you felt like, okay, I want to now start a business?
How I started was I started doing finance 101 posts on my Instagram story. And people were like, oh really? Like people started to like reply and say, oh my god, wow, this is interesting. I never knew that. So I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm just sharing this information and people are like really gravitating towards it and like wanting to know more. I'm onto something.
Right.
So that's when I decided from those finance 101 posts that like my old clients, my old clients from that old job was like, you should keep doing this. This is actually really good. Like you're teaching a lot of good stuff in these posts. So I did that every day or something like that, every other day.
Right.
And I made it into like a highlight in my page.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna announce the was going back and forth with different names. So that's also another thing. Like I want this to be like a big name, awesome, big brand. And I was, you know how I got the inspiration of Cash's Queen?
How?
I was listening to Savage,
right,
by Megan Thee Stallion
oh.
and Beyonce. Okay, that I remember that vividly. We were coming back. I think we were training with a friend.
Right.
I think Kingsley was there that day.
God.
We were training with somebody that's like,
right.
you know, that trains the personal trainer.
Right.
And he came all the way from the Bronx. This was when things were starting to open up a little bit.
Right.
In that summer. And we were training, and we were on our way back to my apartment, where we were like gonna hang out and have dinner.
Right.
And that song came on the radio.
Oh my God.
And I had already been like writing names down.
Right.
I had so many names, and I was just like, it's
not hidden.
It's not hidden. Right. You know, it's not calling me. Okay. But when I listened to that song, I don't know why it came, like those words came up, but they did.
Oh my goodness. Wow. And just so you can, you know, a little soft brag, what have been some of the things that have come out of Cash's? Like what? I know you've done speaking engagements with different clients, so like what has been the most pinch me moment for you? Like,
oh my gosh.
Like, I can't believe this is happening. Like,
so, okay. I'm struggling with like attracting the right person, right? So the people that are gonna that I know I'm gonna be able to add value to them.
Right.
You know, they're gonna see transformation in
right.
their journey.
Right.
So what can I do? So I honestly started to do outreach, and I started to reach out to organizations because somebody that was helping me with my website was like, you know what? I see this as a program in like schools in New York City. You know, I see it in like the YMCA's of the world.
Yes.
And I was like, you have a point.
Yes.
And obviously, like these are big organizations that have budget.
Have
money, right?
Right.
So I was like, that's
so smart.
Instead of like chasing, you know, trying to chase the dollar bill,
right?
And like try to honestly like go in sales meetings desperate and
right.
Do you want to do one-on-one coaching?
Right.
I was like, you know what? Let me like put this to the side. Let me focus on some other things and other ways. So you have to be creative. That's another thing. You have to like get in there with different angles,
right?
And figure out what if something's not working especially when it comes to revenue, because you need to make money.
Yes.
Then you go somewhere else.
That's true.
And that's what I did. I reached out to organizations, and people started replying.
Wow.
And that was crazy because I was like, oh, so people actually need information.
It's like this is a real thing.
So this is a viable business model. Like I can really make money off of this.
I love this.
So when you start to even if it's $5, you're like, okay, if I can make $5, I can make $500. I can make 5,000. I can make 50.
Right.
So that's kind of what happened. And this first organization that replied, we got on a call, and I just shared my story with them.
Right.
And I said, hey, I have this that I created. I would love to see how it can add value to your audience and your members. And you know, we talked back and forth, and she's like, oh, I don't need this, but I need this. Can you do it? And that's one thing also. I had no idea what that was, but I was going to figure it out.
Exactly. You never say I don't know how to do it.
Exactly. I said, yes, I know how to do it, and I had no idea. So I said, we're going to learn today how to do that.
Period. And that's how you cash in.
Yes. So that was my door into that world of that partnership.
Of course. And I think that's such a great story. I mean, we're about to dive into our food and wrap up, and I definitely feel like your story, and I'm gonna make sure to link all of your information where people can reach out to you, do sessions, one-on-ones, even if you have family members who you think might be able to benefit from this, companies, whoever, you know, you have such a great wide expertise, so you definitely are going to be so helpful to whoever's watching this. And I think it's also just inspiring just to hear your story and to hear the, you know, from, I don't want to say rags to riches, but almost that type of thing.
I have a course that's that name.
Rags to riches. Come on, you know? So I think that's so important. And even if you feel like you are good with money, like I think there's always ways and room to improve, right?
Yeah.
And things that you may want to learn, even if you have a business that you want to start, she can help you with that. You know, all these tips and things that I think are so amazing. So guys. You have to make sure to book a session with her to get the more in-depth counseling consultant session. Like, she got you. So now our meal is ready. This is the appetizer situation. Again, this is Yarelys' own unique dish, okay? And original. This is a great appetizer. It has the plantain, it has tuna, it has all that good stuff, onions, seasoning, everything. And look, I'm African, she's Caribbean. We about to use our hands, okay? Like, we're not using no fork.
We're not using no fork.
It tastes better with your hands.
Yes,
so
it does.
Try this. Let's get into it. Do I just add a little piece?
Yeah, like put a little bit of tuna in there. No.
This is
very funny.
This is so no.
I made it for my partner. And
This?
he's like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
This is one of your bosses? This? No, this is like, you know, like salsa and it's like a whole lot. Like, my mouth is a lot going on.
Right.
In such a good way. I love it.
Right, exactly.
This is really good. Well, thank you so. We're gonna finish this off camera because I know you guys are probably like, you want to try it. But this is so good. You're right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we'll make sure to link all the stuff we use in the recipe as well down below. And of course, we're gonna link all her information so you guys can connect with her. And as always, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to tune in to season 2. I'm going to take a break and then come back with season 2 in the fall of Cooking with JAmoah Speaks. So make sure to stay tuned and see you guys then.